Doors are open again, just to avoid the rush so you don't all come in together, because we have to keep 2 meters apart. So I thought if I open the doors a bit sooner, you could come in a more orderly fashion, please, if that's okay with you. We've got some NHS heroes coming in. Thank you, good to see you. This is the the pre-broadcast broadcast. It's like the secret club. It's everybody's secret. Just to allow people to come in, and we're continuing to have new joiners, new members. So I appreciate that it takes a while to orientate around this little screen here. I posted a picture of my setup. That photograph that I posted minutes ago is what I'm looking at, is this little screen on this little stand with Mum's flowers behind. Anyway, as it's the I'm laughing because I've prepared a joke for you, but I've told you it's a joke, so it's not going to be funny now. Look, I was feeling a bit peckish, so I thought we'd have a snack. What do you think? You ready? What do you think's in the snack tin? Oh, it's some mobility and some sit to stands. Oh, it's a naughty snack. It's a stopwatch. Okay, so you can all stop laughing now, okay? Welcome to the movement snack number 3. I think we've got 2 minutes on the clock, maybe. And these are our little snack bites this afternoon. These little bits of paper that I've just got out of my movement snack tin, by the way, are excerpts from the calendar, the active calendar, of which all these sessions are informed by. This is what we're going to do today. And just behind me here, if I can work out back to front, I've just propped up the calendar. This calendar is freely available. We're calling it a calendar because it is, but it's got many of the movements that we will be including in these 10-minute movement snacks, plus some additional ones. You can download and print this calendar if you would like. And just in this last minute, this is the minute warning, if you do have a pen to hand or a blank piece of paper, that might be helpful. It doesn't matter if you haven't, it's okay, but pen would be good. Scotland and Italy and Wales, and I've just thought this preamble, Bob, could be for you because you do live in Amble. It's Bob's preamble. I'm just pulling the gags out of the bag today. I think should we just stick with perhaps what I do best, which is get on with the movements? How many people are going to say yes? Yes, I need to shout out. I'm branching these calendar pages at you. These images here that you can see, all the diagrams were made and designed by Helen Skelton, mother of Dawn Skelton, who you can see in the comments section here. And I guess on the subject of Dawn Skelton and Bob LaVenture, these comments coming from these two people are very important to me and this cause and what I'm doing. Everything I say to you, all this knowledge that I'm imparting to you, rest assured this isn't just coming from me. It's coming from Dawn on this shoulder, Bob on this shoulder, and the whole LLT team behind me, backed up with a whole heap of evidence-based practice, accurate, sound information. That's what we're here to give you. So, should we do it? It's a 3, 2, 1, ready, steady. Thanks for joining in. Welcome. My name is Bex Townley. You have joined us on day 4, movement snack 3. I did the maths. We've accumulated 2 hours of additional movement minutes in these 4 days. This is extra movement minutes in the bag over and above anything else that you're doing. I'm going to dive straight in with the session. We're going to do our usual intro of circulation boosting to prepare us for the movements. We're going to do some sit-to stands. We're going to do a progress check today. I mentioned that to you about 3 days ago, so we're just going to make a note of how we're doing for those sit-to stands, bit of mobility, and then finishing with some dual tasking, multi-dimensional movements. That's the movement snack menu. Let's go. As always, pick your position, please, which is either a standing upright, relaxed but active posture, or if you prefer, and it's right for you, I can invite you to take a seat, feel for the chair on the backs of your legs, and come to this position. So sit or stand, you choose. Make your choice now, please. If you're happy to stand, confident in standing, or confident with support, be up standing now. If you'd like to spend some time progressing to stand, starting in the chair. So pick your position in the chair. We have a hip walk forward. This helps with our movements. It activates the posture muscles and it prepares us for an easier stand if you choose to. Standing posture is the same, equal weight, lifted up as much as you possibly can, hands on the table. And we're starting with some circulation boosting marches. The support is here. If you would prefer to have 2 points of support, then you can turn to face this way. Also look out to the window. During this march, we're aiming for optimum movement through the feet and the ankles. If you need to, have a glance down. If you can, look ahead. Keep going on that standing circulation boosting march. And in the chair position, it's really even more important that we drive this action from the floor up. So I'm really pushing my heels up. I'm using my feet. So I'm working my ankles. My ankles are driving the movement and not my hips. Let's bring in some easy march also. When I say easy, I mean relaxed, steady pace for you. We talked this morning about this light bend on the elbows and focusing on the backward march accent also. In stand, it's here, always with support options if you prefer. Take a pause, still on circulation boosting. This is a diagonal toe tap. I'm aware of you watching this in the comments. You might not see this yet, but you will on the replay back. So I'm extending my toes forward, just tapping the toe and returning. I'm trying to really get an extended foot position. Keep going with that. And in the chair position, it's the same. Glance down if you need to see what's happening. That can help give your brain a lot more information to understand, are your feet doing what you'd like them to do? Okay, good. Take a pause. Because we're going to be doing sit to stands, I'd like to do some shoulder rolls to lift and open the posture. So in sit or stand, here's our shoulder rolls. Take your time. Feel this movement as much as you possibly can. It doesn't matter if that's small. It doesn't matter if it's not as big as mine. It's really your range of movement, but take your time on this mobility. We're trying to move through bigger ranges than we normally would in everyday life. This is how we improve and support change. Ankle mobility in seated, 2 options, remember, is the one where we pull the toes back and push forwards. 1 or 2 or 3, 5, 6 is max, just pick the number for you. In standing, our ankle mobility is here if we can, okay, heel and toe. Really trying to activate the ankles in preparation for the sit to stand in a moment. And take a pause. Now just take a relax and release, have some extra rolls, just set yourself confident and comfortable. So we're going to try to do a progress check on our sit to stand. For those of you that made a note of this 3 days ago, it's something you can check back on. I'm just going to show you the 2 options and then we'll have a go. Well, there's more than 2 actually, probably 3 or 4. Let's see how many we can get through. Okay, if you're able to and if you're good to stand, we're going to power up here. Feel for the chair and just lower with control. And then we go again. Okay, the next option, heels back and down. If getting all the way up is you're not ready for that yet, we can have our jockey option. So we're just shifting the weight, driving through the heels, keeping the posture lifted, and then pause each time. We're going to try this for 30 seconds. Don't race off. It's not like do as many as you can, bang, bang, bang. Just confidently, calmly, with control, and feels okay for you, within a 30-second count. If you don't want to do this now, that's okay. Just keep rehearsing what we've done. But it would be really great to get a progress check-in. This really supports our motivation. So if you're happy to, pick either one. And let's go for a 30-second count. Clock's started. I'll just review that. So we're either on the jockey lifts. Take a pause and release. And this morning we talked about putting your hands on the thighs here. As you push through the heels, you'll feel these muscles activate. If you're happy to stand, power up, little pause, sit down with control, and then go again if you're happy to. Stand fully all the way up. No cheating at the top end. Stand up, finish off the job, as I like to say, through the full range. That's 30 seconds. Oops. Okay. Have a jot down how many you did on that. See how you went. That's our sit to stand section done today. I want to do one more strength activity before we do some three-dimensional movements, and it's the heel raises. We've just done really predominantly the top of the thighs and the back here, the big muscles that drive us up to stand. Now I want to go back to some strength activities for our lower limb. So in seated, we can't really get the load we want because the body weight is in the chair. We're going to rehearse that heel raise movement, really leaving the balls of the feet behind and lowering the heels. In stand, however, tall posture position, hands on table for balance, and we're going to push up onto the balls of the feet and then lower the heels with control. When you've pushed right up on the balls of the feet as far as you comfortably can, you'll feel the muscles in at the back of your lower leg. Then have a think about having the weight distributed over your big toe and your second toe. Now, if you really push up and then lower with control, you're going to feel this fairly quickly in the back of the lower legs. This is good. Strength activities really make the muscles get stronger, so you're going to feel that perhaps today and a little bit tomorrow. Okay, take a pause, just have a release. I'd like to return to some calming but thought requiring movements. So yesterday we talked about these slow movements that build to bring in lots of other things happening through the body. Okay, so in life we very rarely do one movement at a time, lots of things going on. Let me build that up again. In sit or in stand, you choose please. Let's start with one arm so it floats up and comes down. In standing, exactly the same. Chair, table for support if you need. And can you see that my wrists are moving as well? So we have this action going on. The aim is to move slowly. Once you're happy with this, both arms moving at the same time and pace, we're going to bring in a little bit of a head turn. Pausing in the centre, turn and release. So that's quite a lot for brain to think about. Maintaining this movement with the arms and the wrists plus the steady head turn. Take a pause, take a breather. These snacks go so quick. Let's have a stretch. I would like to do a calf stretch, please. I'll have a calf stretch, please, Bob. So here's here's our seated option. Leg out in front, lifted posture, and then just squeeze the toes back towards you. Hold it here, ideally 8-12 seconds, but you may need to release it, and then you may need to go in again. So that's the seated option, just squeezing the toes back. Continue with that, please, in the chair. The standing option we did yesterday, we added in a bog off, a buy one get one free. It's a backward step, squeeze, sorry, come back a bit, squeeze the heel into position here, so press the back heel into the floor, and now this area here, if I stand up taller, I'll get a second feeling of stretch and tension here. So we're really lengthening. If you think about it, when we sit for long periods, our body's in this position. So this one is to lengthen it. Come out of these stretch positions slowly, have a little release, and then switch to the other side. So if you're in standing, it'll be here. If you're in seated, we're extending out and squeezing the toes back towards you. Ease out and go in again. Have a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Should we squeeze in one more stretch? It's a new one, upper side stretch. You can turn me off if you want to, if you've had enough. This is a secret stretch coming in at the end. Here we go, upper side stretch. Sit or stand, you choose. Fingertips come towards here. We ease the arm up to here. And then reaching slightly forward, and an extra squeeze out of here. And then we can calm down. So we're seated, it's here. Let me do that on the other side. Fingertips to here. Ease the elbow up to a point that's comfortable for you. Can you see my head is still? And then it's just like a reach slightly forward, like you're, I don't know, catching a falling star. How's that? And then coming back out. I think that's it. I'm getting carried away. That's the end of our snack, folks. Thank you very much. That's an extra 10 minutes of movement in the bag. We've done some mobility. We've started to do some strength activities also, just part of everyday movements. Part of it, there's another level after these movement snacks. And we'll talk about that perhaps in a few weeks. But we're trying to get across to you that these are movements we pretty much do already in everyday life. Probably don't think about it. If we do think about it a little bit more, and if I can give you these prompts and these cues, perhaps the way you move will start to change, which in itself will start to improve all the movements embedded in your daily life. That's what this is all about. And continuing to say, absolutely thrilled that so many of you have been inspired by this and sticking with us on this journey. How many sit to stands did you do in 30 seconds? If you couldn't quite get ready for that now, please do that progress check, because when you look at this in a few weeks' time and you see that you've improved, it's magic for motivation. And that's kind of why I'm here. I'm your external motivator at the minute. Goodbye, everyone. See you in the morning at 8 o'clock for the early bird breakfast movement snack. Keep on moving. Every movement counts. Goodbye.